In today's video, I'm going to be back in realistic car driving with the G90 M5, and we'll be taking on the track to test the handling, because when I was doing the comparison, this thing kind of seemed like it handled like a boat. To be honest, it does look like a boat. There's that little bullshit. But yeah, we're going to be testing the handling because I feel like this thing, I'm not sure about the handling. I need to see if it actually handles great or good. So why not do a little review with you guys? So let's go to launch this thing in 3, 2, 1, blast off. Now the reason I say a boat is because I feel like this thing is a bit heavy and it's very hard to turn, so we're gonna have to see for ourselves and take it on this track. Yep. Yep. We don't even need to go any further, we can just end the video right there. What was that? And let's keep in mind that this thing is fully tuned. I reduced the weight, I add the best tires, everything I could to try to make this thing light. The next thing is to do is probably just try and take out the seeds, mod the game, hack the game and take out the seeds somehow. Just kidding. But so far this thing seems like it's a very heavy car. That first turn there, absolutely understeered straight through the turn. But so far now it's kind of making up for it, hopefully. It's actually doing pretty well now. I guess it only understeers or handles like a boat sometimes, maybe. But it's doing better on the turns. I like it. I like what I'm seeing so far, except for the first turn. I like what I'm seeing now. Let's see how it does here. Not bad. I wanted to hug the apex a little more there, but that was not bad. Let's go for another lap. Hopefully we can get a better attempt at the turn that we messed up. It was this one down here. It did that better. I could still hear the tires screech and it wanted to understeer, but it definitely did better than the first attempt. So far it's not handling as bad as I thought it would. It's handling better than I thought it would. I mean, I can still see that it's a pretty heavy car and it's do struggles on the turn sometime, but it's not that bad to the point where it doesn't turn any at all. Then we'd have a major problem. But so far it's actually doing pretty well, and bear in mind this thing is not rear wheel drive. This thing is all-wheel drive. I usually don't test out the all-wheel drive because when I'm doing the handling I want to do a rear-wheel drive so I can get the sideways action and all of that. But this time I say let's just test this thing out because I feel like it handles super bad, but it actually doesn't. So far it's actually proving me wrong, which is a good thing. Not bad, not bad. It hugged the apex there, I like it. Let's try to go a little faster into the turns and see. So far it's handling pretty well. Actually, when I was doing the comparison, I was taking some turns. It didn't like almost didn't turn any at all. Oh, okay, I see the problem. We can't go as fast as we wish into the turns. Even though it's all-wheel drive, we still have to be careful because the weight does add some effect. And we need the weight transfer to help us rotate around the turns a lot. So we gotta brake a lot, turn, and then hope to get a fast exit. Because with this car you can't have a quick exit. You're just gonna understeer. So the best attempt or best strategy is to just go in slow and then try to exit fast with this car. That's what I'm seeing so far based on the handling. Because if we try to enter a turn fast, we're just pretty much understeering straight through the turn. It also depends on how steep the turn is. Hearing a lot of tires screeching, but based on what I'm seeing, It's not as bad as I thought it was. It did better than I expected. The first turn in the first attempt was crazy. I didn't really expect it to understeer that much, but it kind of made up for it. So basically what I got from that little drive or the review that I was doing is that this thing, you don't want to enter turns too fast. It can't really, even though the reason why I thought we had the better is because it's all-wheel drive, but I guess the weight, I wish the game had a system to see how much the car weighs, or something. Maybe they do add something like that in the future, but this thing is kind of heavy in the game. I don't know the exact weight, but I can just tell by the way the car is handling. But it's not the worst handling car, because the only thing that kind of draws you back is the fact that you can't enter the turns at speeds you would want to, like with some other cars. In some cars you can enter the turns pretty fast and still have a fast exit. With this you gotta enter slow and hope for a quick exit, because if not you're just gonna understeer. But one thing that I did not notice is that I did not get any oversteer at all, which is a good thing, because usually most cars in all-wheel drive would oversteer a little if you're giving it too much gas. This thing did not oversteer any at all. It was just mostly understeer, but it's correctable. Understeer only happens if you're trying to enter too fast. So overall, the handling of this thing is not that bad. It's just a little drawback that you can't really enter turns too fast, which is kind of reasonable, I would say. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do have this car, test it out and let me know in the comments how it went for you. Can you enter turns better than me or something?